And yeah, got my cart before my horses there. So this is the Prince of the Apocalypse. I'm not anywhere near ready to run it, but I figured, why not? We're all here. Let's play something. So I threw something together. This module adventure story takes place in the north of um, what's the Forgotten Realms world called? Tor.
Toriel. Ebertorial. Faerun.
Toriel. Yep. So it's that Twitch camera can see that green circle there. Pretty much that's the region this is all going to take place in. It is about a week north of Waterdeep, east of Neverwinter. It does have some bigger towns. It is the Deathstream Valley sees a lot of caravan traffic going from Waterdeep to what's the name of the Silvery Moon was one of them. Yep, there it is. I see it. And Yardar is actually a pretty big town right there. So this is north. You're just down off the spine of the world. You've got, of course, the Sword Mountains right there as well. So the summers here are short and not that warm. And the locals complain that if it weren't for rain, we'd have no weather at all. And it is the 6th of Myrtle, which is May. That's where we're starting. It's a bit more introduction or background on what I'm doing here. I have an Excel sheet that I will be tracking all of your XP and money on because Roll20 likes to lose those values if you use them as attributes. And Excel does a lot of the math for me. I like that. I'm also tracking rations because there's a lot of travel on this one. And I've got, of course, all your factions and villains and quests and all that good stuff tracked here too. So I started and then stopped right in the middle of everything. Zeal, you are set. Don't do anything more there. Leah, you know where you're from, you know going. You are supposed to make contact with Artran. He's going to be kind of showing you the ropes. And you're supposed to find him in Amphail. Part of your training is finding him. You're pretty much sent on your own with very little guidance. I keep going down this tier. Yep, Ebenezer. You are, let's see. Ebenezer, send me a, no, I've got it here. Got it on my Excel sheet. So you have also already made contact. You haven't.
Yeah, not in this location.
Not in this location, exactly. So you've just arrived in Amphail. It was a 3-day journey from Waterdeep to Amphail. And it was uneventful, boring. I'm going to assume you restock rations at this point. One more thing, if each of you could, send me a whisper on Roll20 with your current funds. How much money do you have? And I'm assuming everybody starts here with 10 rations. I think all packs start with 10 days worth of rations, right?
Yep.
That's what I wrote down. So.
Oh, there's one that starts with 5.
Oh. Yeah, I think the
Priest pack, I think.
I think there's a couple.
Okay, well that's good to know. Yeah, if you could send me how much. Yeah, if you could find out which ones those are and send me a whisper on how much money you have and how many rations you have. That'll make it easier. Just do both. Ebenezer, you were told to find a guy in Amphail, goes by the name of Zim. I'll type that in for you. Here is your guy's name, Leah Artran. That's his name. So Zagum and you were told to look for him at the Stone Stallion in Amphail.
I need to do some shopping before I leave.
That's fine. we'll do all that. Let me get everybody moving in one direction. We're gonna do some bouncing around because each of you, none of you know each other yet.
Well, that's actually before I leave Waterdeep, I'd have to do it because I just realized Scholar Pack comes with no rations.
Oh.
Oops.
Yep, spend some money.
Yep.
I've got a lot of the shopping stuff there on that main page, over to the right. Kellen. Yeah, yours was short and sweet and straightforward. You have been told to head for Amphale and make contact with someone who will be waiting there for you. Let me get the name. There she is. Kellen, you are looking for Zeta, and you will find Zeta in the Stag-Horned Flagon in Amphale. Mortrose. Through your inquiries, you've asked around and you've found that there is a guy in Amphale who can get you out of town without asking many questions, and his name is Artran. Type that again.
And what city? Amphale? Where is that?
Amphale, that's correct. It's at the bottom left of the smaller map. It's right in between Waterdeep and Red Larch, so we're starting before Red Larch.
Gotcha.
Yep, so Artran doesn't ask any questions and is a good guide. And so you kind of asked around through the right channels and found the person you were looking for.
Gotcha.
Calmul.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so through your contacts, you know the best way to find something, or someone, find who or what you're looking for is through this guy, Zagam.
Neat.
You're told to find him, and you will find him at the Stone in Amphale.
Cool. I'll just head right there then. That's easy. Easy stuff.
One would think Amphale is, it's fairly small. You won't have any trouble, but
Oh, okay.
we'll get there, yeah.
Yeah.
You will have to ask around to find it.
Okay.
It'll be hard to find it. Okay, let me catch up with you guys on funds. Calmul.
Hold on.
As much as I thought. Oh, I don't have you built in yet. Okay, and do you have any rations, Calmul?
I have the explorer's pack. He
How
let
many
me.
does that
He let me leave with that. It's
That's 10.
10. All right.
Yeah.
All right, then you are. That'll work. Montrose.
Mm-hmm.
Got your cash. I already got your. Yep. Whoops. Wrong value. This will get fast. Figure out where you guys are on my Excel sheet. I basically just threw you in as I got the PMs, so I'll get quicker as I get to know your characters.
I'm a
Where you're
patient
at.
person.
Yeah, and like I said, I threw this together, so yeah. Hopefully
Yeah.
you guys will be patient. And bad D&D is better than no D&D. But I put 8 hours into this one, so maybe it'll pay off. Let's see. Well, just today, 8 hours. I've been for 2 weeks.
Hey, I know what it's
Seal.
like, man. I know what it's like.
Seal, I don't have you. Let me get you added. And you are. Any ration? There you are. I gotcha. Your rations. Okay. Ebenezer. And I'll get back to you on that second bit, Ebenezer. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna... There. Okay. I think I got everybody's information, except I don't have money on hand for Kellen,
I
Leah.
sent you a text. A message.
Okay, let me look more closely here. I'm not seeing it.
6.3. And 10.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, sorry, I don't see it anywhere. But I got a lot of tells in a row there.
Can't
But I
imagine.
asked for it. Yeah, really. Okay. Ebenezer. Did I not tell you where you were going?
You said I was. I remember you telling me I got to Amp Hill
Yes.
without any issue.
Without
and
issue.
Then
You're
I
looking
think you
for
got
Zagam. Yeah, I know, I've got a
my
lot of...
family. Just,
I'm
like,
terrible at multitasking. You are looking for Zagam, and you will find him at the Stone Stallion. It's on the main screen, Leah. Here, I'll ping it for you. Oh, I gotta go to the main screen. You can't, you don't have your glasses, so you can't find it.
there are 5 silvers. That's all she's wanting to know.
That's all she needed was the price. Oh, I didn't realize that the map had covered a portion of the information there. There we go.
What was the name of the inn?
The Stone Stallion. There we go. Getting closer all the time. Yep, see? And I totally forgot. I have to make a camera for Twitch.
Bunch of old people playing, can't see the screen, can't hear.
What?
I just pulled out my lighted magnifying glass so I can see the damn screen.
Lighted.
No, seriously, I'm right there with you. I need to find the thingies to fix my glasses, but I can't see tonight.
You can't see to find them.
It's just a bright white screen with some giggly wiggly stuff. Yeah, laugh it up, boys, until you get my age.
Giggly wiggly stuff. Is that like timey-wimey stuff?
Yes, that thingy, you know? 4, 5, 6. Are we doing 10 silver per gold?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Nice and easy. Also, for those new to Forgotten Realms, there's no such thing as a week. They're called 10 days.
Right. Forgotten Realms is many years ago for me.
I'm still just getting into it and trying to figure it out.
I have absolutely no knowledge of it.
Yeah, I'll help you guys, educate you guys as we go. Have to. It's not a problem. Yeah, a week is 10 days. They call them 10 days, one word. There are 3 10 days to a month, 12 months to a year. The months do have names, and this month is called Myrtle, which is the same as May. It's the 5th month out of the year. It is the 6th. Just 5 days ago was, help me out here, Sean, what's it called? I know it's not called Green Day, that's just what I wrote what it was called.
I don't
It's like
remember.
Green Festival, or anyway, it's the first day of spring. It was a big celebration. Everybody brings out flowers and throws them everywhere. So as you guys come into town, you see a lot of dead flowers on the ground. And that's been 5 days ago.
Charming.
There, I did it. Holy crap.
Good job.
I think it's green grass.
Green grass. I think you're right.
Midwinter, green grass, midsummer, high harvest tide, and feast of the moon.
There you go. I knew you'd find it way before I did. My campaign guide's in the other room.
My Google skills are phenomenal.
Yeah, that is true. I don't doubt them. Okay, I now have a Twitch camera.
These maps are old, by the way. The bottom one is like from 2001.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's but it's really, really big. All the other ones are badly when you zoom in that much.
Mhm.
There, and I got Leah's information.
Damn, that took forever.
Okay. Welcome to Amphale. I'll give you guys a second for the map to load, and then I'll ping you to where you are. It's a big map, but it's only like 4 sheets, by the way. I meant to mention and forgot until now, almost all of my maps are made by, I can't remember his name. Gabriel Picard. I love his maps. I bought some more too.
So did I. I
They
bought
are
3 new
fantastic, aren't
sets. Yeah,
Come with all the little bits and pieces. It's great.
it's so fantastic.
Yeah, he does great work. So that's all of what you're gonna see here is his work. You guys are at the crossroads of Amphale. You're right in the center of town. If you want to look around, you can. You probably would not have all arrived at the exact same moment in time, so we're gonna assume you probably aren't all just standing around looking at each other. But you're there, and I'm gonna do some quick explanation. What you're seeing right here to the south is the statue of the Great Shalarn, which is a huge stone horse made out of onyx. It's in a rearing posture, and that's because Amphale is known for its horse breeding. Many wealthy Waterdavian nobles keep their horses here. To the north is, to the northwest, you can see it's in a corral, and then across the lot from there is an auction going on. They're selling horses. A couple buyers over there. And so you guys have arrived in Amphale. One of you is not with the group there. One of you is already at location. That was Zeal.
Yep.
Did you find your token? You're all the way in the top
Yeah.
left there. Okay.
I had to zoom out. I was like, where the hell am I?
Yeah, he'd be way out there. Cool. All right. So, just throw me initiatives, not because there's a fight, but because I want everybody to get a chance to do a thing.
That's one macro I didn't make.
So apprehensive.
I do not have an initiative macro on my sheet.
I don't either.
No, I
Yeah,
mean,
I know
I
you
didn't.
don't.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't assign
funny.
you guys one.
I copied it over from the other game.
Holy shit.
Well,
I
What,
thought I already pointed out enough to you tonight. I didn't want to point that out as well.
Oh.
you know.
oh well.
Apparently, you need to put it out a little more.
Yeah. Thanks. All right. I'll copy it from you then, since you've got it.
No, actually, I didn't put it on here.
Oh, you don't have it?
Yeah, no. Unless I put it under the main thing. Did I? No, I didn't.
That's fine. I can get it. I believe I forgot that.
You're forgiven. After all, you have been frantic all day.
Is it just a
Yeah.
1d20?
No, because it automatically puts you on the.
Oh.
on the thing and add your dex
If
mod.
you enter the stuff into your character sheet, you can just click the initiative button on the character on the core stats page.
If you use the sheet, it'll work.
That's what I did.
Yeah. But not everybody likes the sheet.
I think it's nice because it puts everything there on one page. So boom.
See if it works.
Mr. Colmel, whisper your stuff to the
Might
GM.
work.
Yes, I know. I forgot to choose that option in the settings. I corrected. Thank you, though.
Okay. So Leah, I know you don't use the sheet.
Yeah.
I'm giving you initiative now. Does anyone else need that?
I do. Well, I don't use the sheet. I was just putting in numbers.
No problem. I will give you the macro as well. That's Zeal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know where you're at. There you are.
You could just assign it on the main macro page to everybody as a token action.
You know, that'd probably be the easiest thing since I forgot to add it to so many characters. I already went through once and edited a bunch of sheets for a bunch of stuff today.
I saw those, die. Thanks.
Yeah.
I like
I
the new
will
macro,
do
by
that.
the way.
Oh, yeah. I've revolutionized a few things.
Oops.
I've been real busy. Okay. Initiative is now a macro for public use. Also, while I'm mentioning it, I still have Bless Growth in there. So if you have anything, that's a good one just to have on your bar. At this point, none of the other ones are really necessary. Okay. I have done enough talking. So this is where we're going to do introductions. Even though you guys yet, I want to know, for my own use, you know, all the stuff that I mentioned before that I was going to be asking. I've got 1, 2, 3. I got everybody. Zeal, you are the
Yep.
quickest. Off by yourself, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Take it
Okay.
away. Your introduction.
Zeal's a 5'10" character. He always smiles. He has like this really shit-eating grin, if you can see it zoomed up. He's got like red bushy afro going on, and he has tan skin, and he's a half elf. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. He's sort of like a bright personality,
Nice.
and
How are you equipped?
well, I have leather armor. I'm a little bit scraggled because of my little on and off traveling that I've done. Been from Neverwinter. So I've been around for like about 2 years, going from place to place doing odd end jobs, and I guess I look like a seasoned adventurer. Fairly
Okay.
clean shaven, and
Oh, clean shaven. Well, that's good. So you do bathe frequently.
yeah, I try to.
Okay. As you guys could imagine, because I logged into the old campaign to get that initiative, my Firefox crashed because I had 2 sessions going there. So working on it. I get some pictures up for you. Yeah, it's still trying to log into the old campaign. To fix that issue, by the way, what I've done is for the Twitch side, I go ahead and just use Chrome so that if one or the other crashes, at least here. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't think you mentioned eye color.
Oh, Hazel.
Hazel. Eye shape. Half elf, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like in general, are you do you squint or?
Nah, he
Looks
kind
like
of
you
looks
smile a
at
lot.
you with like wide eyes and smiles a lot.
There we go.
Obviously high on something.
Looks like it a lot.
A red afro. That's awesome. Are you scarred? It looks like a scar there.
Sort of scarred. I mean, I am seasoned. I've had some altercations, some
Sure.
cuts and bruises here and there.
Been around. Okay. So your leather armor is not brand new. It's
Nah, it's a
seen
little
some
bit
action.
up.
And same as you. All right.
It's
What
trusty.
about weaponry?
Weaponry, you'll see I'm kind of loaded up with ranged weapons, so you can assume what I do. I do have a sword short, and a shield around me too for the rare occasions, but I don't like to stay close too often.
You carry a shield too. Okay, that's interesting. So what kind of shield is it? Have any markings or anything?
Is it a throwing shield?
Actually, it's pretty damn polished because I usually don't get too close. I like to stick back, so it's just there. It's kind of like a side piece. Makes me look threatening. I hope.
Gotcha. So it's not a real big shield.
It's more like a buckler, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. So they have to be on your back.
hmm
There's what I'm looking for. And what about any religious symbols?
Yeah, he has like 2, but he can't even pronounce the god's name properly.
So he's got
He
some
tries.
charms that he wears.
It's like Oladenamamara or Aladamamamara. He calls it Olamami, but that worked.
Cool.
Oh,
That's pretty cool. So,
someone's not gonna
what
get
would
a
you call
lot
it?
of.
Huh?
Superstitious but not spiritual?
Nah, he feels it. He feels the power sometimes. He thinks. Or he might be high.
Well, perception's everything. When you make eye contact with another player, because it will happen eventually, what do you do? Or just person, you know. Somebody you meet for the first time. Zeal?
Oh, wait, what?
I was asking, when you make eye contact with another person for the first time, what do you do?
Oh, I'm just gonna be like, hey! Stares at him, guys, smile. What's up?
Alright. Cool.
And, yeah.
That is Zeal. So Zeal, you are in the Stone Stallion, hanging out there with Zagum.
Mhm.
The two of you, let's see. I'm remembering your story and just implementing how all that's going to work. Okay. Do you partake in narcotics?
Not too often, actually. It's just the eyes usually tell
Okay.
people.
That's
Otherwise.
That's just you. Okay. Well, Zagum does, and that's what he's doing right now.
I'm used to it.
Okay. So you're just hanging out, watching the situation. You can pretty well see what's going on there, where you're at. In order to see, you're going to have like a black triangle out the back. You can't see the 300 degrees behind you, so you'll have to spend your token to be able to see. Zagum's actually right behind you. If you turn around, you'll see him.
I'll have to zoom in.
Yeah, you probably will be able to grab that little box. But anyway, I'll let you spin and do that, and I'll move on with Mortros.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, Mortros is a young one, seemingly in her late 20s, looking about with her bright green eyes, with a soft smirk on her thin lips, but her eyes give away a hint of worry. You can barely make up what seem to be a pair of pointy ears underneath her long, flowing jet black hair, like a piece of moon in the dark night sky. She wears strange handcrafted clothes that are mostly black, with finishings of dark orange, gray, the occasional purple, and upon closer inspection seem like they are several pieces of clothing repurposed into a new piece that is slightly torn and withered here and there. Clearly nothing a commoner in the city would wear. The eye-catcher about her wardrobe is undoubtedly the array of black feathers behind her head in half circle and bonded together with a lining of dark gray furs and a long two-piece, pretty much purposeless light purple cloak that flaps behind her for extra cosmetic effect. Each end of the cloak hangs past a half-filled sturdy pack that has a light crossbow attached to it within easy reach. And hanging off her sides are a sheathed dagger on her right-hand side and a small closed quiver for crossbow bolts. With furthermore an elaborate and spacious dark grey pouch with hints of green hanging off the front of her belt, with bits of dried plant hanging on its enclosing. Around her neck are several baubles, among which a chain attached to a beautiful pendant depicting a ring of 7 stars surrounding a red mist. Those among you might recognize it as the symbol of Mistar.
Cool.
And dangling next to it are 2 weathered coins, one silver with a face that has a little star-like bits around it, which on closer inspection are shamrocks, and the obvious sign of Timora. And the other one is gold with a woman's face on it that always looks left. Her stature is, however, more human than elven, and she doesn't appear too physically strong on first glance, but there's definitely an uncanny elegance and a strong presence about her. There we go.
Cool. Well, that's pretty well everything. Got a few deities in there, which is wise. It's better to play the odds.
Mm-hmm.
And you are here to meet with Zagan. So you've arrived in
With Archer.
Yep, sorry. Yep, Archer. Yep, that's right. Sorry about that. Like I said, I've read a few backstories, and even just having read them, it's been a long week for me. Okay, so you are at the crossroads. You can see quite a lot going on, and actually, I missed one. To the southwest is a blacksmith, which you can't quite see, but he's down there. So a little bit of everything going on here in town. There would also be people walking past here in the middle of town. It's not just, totally empty, but if you could imagine, a few sparse travelers.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do from that point,
Well,
or what would be your plan?
probably begin to mingle, have a look at the horses a bit, even though I don't have the money to really pay for a horse, but maybe get to find more information about where I can find Archer in there.
Good plan? Okay. We'll keep rolling, get everybody's intros in, and then get more involved from there. Go ahead and move up there, that's fine. Leah.
I am a female, about 6 feet, 108 pounds. I've got what people will call hazel eyes, but they're green with sparkly gold flecks about them, with alabaster skin. My hair is blue-black, and I've got tattoos on my face that resemble leaves and vines. I also have a tattoo on my back, but you'd only be able to see that if I was bathing. I have a longbow, and with that longbow, it's embellished with fine details and silver, I guess you could call jewelry, vines and leaves and embossment.
Might be the word, I'm not sure.
And then the arrows have multicolored feathers from all the birds in the forest. I am wearing 2 scimitars that also are embossed with silver leaves, vines, flowers. They're not silvered themselves, it's just decoration, family heirlooms. And I do have, my armor is also decorated with silver, feathers, leaves, structures like that. I am from the woods. I am a high elf, a wood elf.
Which?
Sorry.
Oh, you are a moon elf.
Moon elf. I have 2 characters going.
Yep, but you are of the high elf persuasion.
Correct.
Within the moon elves.
Correct. And you'll see that I have that silver necklace with the moon on it. And I do wear a lot of silver jewelry and embossments on all my equipment. a lot of feathers. I walk with grace and hold my head up high and don't speak to anybody unless I need something or want to tell them off. Trying to think, what else?
What is the weight of your armor?
Oh, it's
What type?
leather? No.
Yeah,
Yeah, leather.
it was leather. Yep. So lightly armored.
Lightly armored. Trying to think. Oh, I do carry a staff. It's like my walking stick.
Okay.
I don't really use it for weapons unless I absolutely have to. It's like the last resort, but I do carry a staff, and that would just be like a big walking stick to most people. It's my thumper.
Okay.
The feathers that I'm wearing, you'll also see that I have large feathers on the back, like my cloak would be having a couple of large feathers. Those are from an owlbear. They're my prize, my trophy. I've sewn them into my armor, and I killed it while I was protecting my clan. And I think that's about it.
What do you do when you are scanning a room and lock eyes with someone else? How do you, when you know you need to go talk to that person?
Do you see the eyebrows on her where they're kind of feathery?
Yes, I do.
They would probably perk, like not perk up, but perk down. As in a glower, yeah. So that I can size them up. Determine what equipment they have. I would use my perception to determine on their size, their stature, their way that they're handling themselves, to determine on if I need to approach them or if they're not worth my time.
Right. So you wouldn't have any kind of a social interaction type. It would be sizing them up. That's what I was looking for.
Yes. No. If they approach me, then they will regret it. But yeah, I'll glare back at them.
I think that covers it.
I hate those.
I know you do. You're good at it, though. All right, Leah. You are new in town. You've arrived in Amphale. It was, for you, a long journey. If uneventful, traveling alone, you had no problems making good time and avoiding any conflicts you didn't want to participate in. What is your plan from here? You're in the middle of town. There's a big horse statue. There's horse sales going on. Plenty of villagers about.
I would definitely stroll through and keep my eyes out for any conversations that would lead me to Artran. Possibly presenting myself into different areas, whether it be the stables, questioning about horses, possibly slipping it in about, I heard Artran's got a fine steed or something.
Okay, so you got a couple things there. So my question is, are you being more passive and listening to conversation, or are you
First,
actively...
I will be.
Okay,
Yes.
that is fine. In that case, yeah, let's just put a pin in that. That will work. So for now, go ahead and move where you think you'd want to be. That's no problem, and we'll get all the intros done, and then we'll get more involved. Ebenezer.
Ebenezer is an old man shuffling slowly along, leaning heavily on his walking stick. He's wearing obviously well-traveled in common clothes. About the closest thing to a weapon it looks like he has is he carries a knife on his belt. He has dark eyes, and he's really wrinkled and old, and his hair is gray, and he moves slowly and has a tendency to shake his stick at anyone who gets in his way.
What about smell? I get an impression that he would have a smell.
Well, he has been traveling for quite a
I just
while.
wonder what smell it would be.
Probably old, unwashed, maybe some little bit of a medicine-y smell for taking care of aches and pains.
Cool. Is there any obvious religious symbology?
He doesn't have anything showing.
Yeah, it looks like he's pretty threadbare. Well, not threadbare, but yeah, like you said, simple.
Yep.
Nothing ostentatious or jewelry. Basically, kind of like nothing to see here.
Yeah.
All right, shuffling through town.
Probably doesn't have to worry too much about people trying to rob him.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at exactly. Yep. The only thing is, if you were to make contact, and I imagine most people would probably not pay much attention to you, since you shake your stick at them anyway. But if you were to make eye contact with someone at you, how would you respond?
Give some kind of grumpy response, tell him to get out of my way, and keep shuffling on.
All right. Grumpy, if not openly hostile.
Exactly. I'm a grumpy old
Fantastic. Grumpy old man. All right, what's your plan here in town? Oh, we forgot to do the other half of your intro there.
man. Oh, yes. I do have a cute little kitten trailing along beside me.
Oh, sorry, that's not even
Against my
that's
feet.
not even the full picture. Let's get the. Oh no, sorry, I don't have the full picture.
Oh, it's just too cute.
It is. But yeah, there you go. Sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
Yeah. The kitten just kind of follows me around, rubs up against my legs anytime I stop. I just
Nice.
kind of ignore it.
Cool. All right. And what is your plan here in town?
I'd be heading to the Stone Stallion so I could sit down and rest a while and meet this guy.
All right. You're new to Amphale. How are you going to find the Stone Stallion? You squint your eyes, maybe. None of the signs of any of the businesses in view say the Stone Stallion.
Is there anyone who looks... I'd look for somebody who looks local and ask them. Who's close?
Okay. There would be villagers passing by
Yeah.
while you're shuffling along. A youngish probably and asks, she says, "Hello, Grandpa. Can I help you with anything?"
Yeah, you know where the Stone Stallion is?
Make your persuasion check. She frowns at you and she says, "Dirty old man," and walks off. And we'll move on for Kellen. Go ahead, Kellen.
She at least liked the kitten, though.
How could I follow that? I mean, come on. It's bad grandpa. Oh, sorry. So yes, hi. So
Now you guys know what the Stone Stallion is.
So Kellen, yeah, he's a handsome man with looks like well cared for scale mail armor. He's got black hair, clean black hair, flowing loose, falls about his shoulders, a neatly trimmed beard, slightly pointed ears, and delicate features, suggesting maybe a half elf, maybe. He's got jade green eyes, and a slight grin on his face, and a wife who says, "Why are you screaming?" I'm sorry, I wasn't screaming.
No. Normal tone.
This
It's not that late. Oh, I guess it's late.
is
Oh,
gonna
it's
be a
later than I
running
am.
thing in the party, like, hey, why are you screaming?
Oh no, I should probably just, do something different. Anyway, so he's got a mace tied to his belt, a crossbow on his back. I know, black hair and green eyes, right? He
Seems to be the theme.
has a metallic shield. The shield has a star emblem on it. Those who are knowledgeable of gods recognize it as a symbol of Mistra. He has an amulet around his neck also that's a 7-starred amulet. That's another symbol of Mistra. And that's pretty much him in a nutshell for his appearance.
Cool. Yeah, you got your religious symbology there. And if you were to meet eyes with someone, and like you walk into a tavern and you see the guy across the room, you met him for the first time maybe, but you know by the description who you're looking for, lock eyes, what do you do?
Oh, he would smile and maybe give a small wave and start moving towards him.
Cool. Friendly. Open.
Oh, definitely.
All right.
There has to be somebody in this group that's willing to approach people.
This is the, yeah, we gotta, well, we'll see. This is interesting. But having said that, there's a lot of overlap here I'm seeing. This is pretty cool. This one may actually work without devolving into a murder spree. Cool. I can't think of any other questions to ask. You pretty well covered it. You did mention your armor weight, right?
Let's scale
you did.
no
That was
armor
first
and
you
not
said.
weight. Yeah,
Scale.
it's
Heavy.
height. No,
Sorry.
no, medium armor.
Medium. That's right. All right. And what's your plan here? Just having arrived in Amphale, you see, you would see this old doddering man walking along, and a young woman asking him. She went up and offered him some kind of help because he seemed to be having some trouble stumbling over a small kitten. And he said something about a stone stallion, and she walked away in a huff. What's your plan here?
Well, I would be talking to people as I pass, you know, just greeting them, wishing them, you know, a nice day, asking them for directions. Now tell them I'm seeking the Staghorn Flagon Inn. Ask them if they can direct me towards it. I see the young girl fleeing from the old man. I would say, "Are you all right, miss?"
She says, "Yes, that old man. He's going to the Stone Stallion. You'd think at his age he'd know better."
To the Stone Stallion. I'm sorry, is that not the stallion up there? I point at the large horse.
She says, "No, that's the great Shalarn,
Ah, I apologize.
symbol of our town."
So the Stone Stallion, is this a tavern or an inn?
She says, "Oh, you must be new in town."
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, it's a place of ill repute. I've never been there, but I've heard all about it. The women there, they don't wear all their clothes.
I understand completely, and I can see how that would traumatize you. Well, run along. I'll make sure he doesn't bother anyone else.
And you were asking, I forgot the name.
The Staghorn.
Staghorned Flagon. You easily are able to be pointed in that direction, as it's the most prominent establishment here. It's just around the corner. If you continue on down this way, it is, let me use some better directions. If you follow the road, the next road to the south, first door on your left. Can't miss it.
Thank you, lass. A
And
blessed
from
day
where
to
you're
you.
at, you can just about see the sign. So it would be, I'm going to go ahead and, well, you'll see it.
Okay.
Not a problem. And then we will move on to Calmul.
Neat. So this is Kalmul Talakalakanai. That last name though. He's thin for Goliath,
I didn't have any problems with it.
weighing in at 263, and he's kind of tall. He's about average height for Goliath at 7'4". He's a large man. I mean, I say thin, but that's just kind of subjective. He's only wearing training clothes that his master gave him, and a backpack. He doesn't have any weapons on him at all. He has tons of piercings all over his face. He has 5 on each eyebrow, another 5 on each ear, and 10 on each arm, going down his arm. His skin is gray, steely gray, and he has patches of graphite-colored skin all over his body. He has tattoos on his wrists, ankles, and neck that are basically just chains, just to sort of symbolize his what his station was as a former slave, now a free man. He has no hair on his body at all. and he's very clean, and he always has just a sort of flat, angry expression on his face. That's it. Pretty much it.
What is the type of metal that you wear in the piercings?
It is just nickel or iron.
Ah, okay. I was wondering how ostentatious is it?
No, just very, very plain.
Cool.
Nothing that sticks
Any
out.
religious symbology? Sounds like nothing in the way of religion.
Nope.
That I heard.
Nothing.
Okay.
He just has clothes on his back. That's it.
Yep. Very simple. No weapons at all. Got a backpack. Got your clothes. If you were to... Now, Goliaths, as far as all the Goliaths that I have seen pictures of, almost never have pupils. Do you have pupils?
I do, but they are stark white. So they
so
kind
it's
of
just
blend.
like a black ring.
Yep.
Cool. So we can't
they-
see what you're looking at.
No.
Well,
Well, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Okay.
If you're paying attention.
And so if you were to lock eyes with someone across the room, what would you do?
Just kind of pay them no mind, look at them, and then move on to the next person.
All right.
I'm always sort of surveying a room, but never speaking. So,
Quiet and stoic.
Yes.
All right. What's your plan here in Amphail?
I was told to go to the Stone Stallion, so I'm just going to look for it. And have a sort of puzzled expression on my face.
Okay. You probably would have arrived in town, and again, if you guys could imagine, it's not just three of you standing in the middle of, an empty lot. There are people moving back and forth, people shopping. There would be, every now and then, a cart would go by, clanking and rattling, and it'd be full of chickens clucking in the back. This is the long road, going from west to east. And so it's fairly busy. So if you could imagine that, you would, with your scanning, have noticed both Ebenezer and Kellen's exchanges with this young girl.
Hmm.
If there's anything you want to bounce off of that.
Nope. I'll just go looking. Maybe brush by them, I guess. I don't really know. Just go this way.
So you're going to go on your own and just try to find this place.
Yep.
All right, no problem. Since this young girl has been such a fixture in the thing so far, I just got to find her. I know she's here. Where are you? Ain't that big of a map. There she is. I knew which one I was looking for. There you go. Wow. That gives you an idea. Small, but gives you an idea. Early teens, probably. Wanting to do the right thing and help an old man. Alright, and we are back to Zeal. Okay, Zeal. Here's what's going on. You and, it's early in the day. It's probably 10 to 11 a.m. Zagam has just woken up, rolled off his cot, dragged his feet like they're weigh a ton each over to that stool that he's sitting on, line of cocaine off that table. And then he feels great. And he says, "So, Zeal, is it?"
Yes. Yes, it is.
He locks eyes with you for a second, and his eyes focus again. He says, "So we're headed to Red Larch. That's the orders I got."
I didn't hear anything about Red Large. I didn't hear shit about Red Large. I just came here,
Huh. Along for the ride, is it?
pretty much. You know
He
how
says,
I do.
"Alright, keep it that way." He says, "Don't ask no questions, stand there and look crazy. You're doing fine." He says, "We're just waiting for a couple more.
Sounds.
You sure you're not going to have any?" And he goes, does another line.
I'm good, man. I like to keep my cocaine around, after hours, not in the middle of the day.
He says, "Suit yourself." And him and his friends there around the table continue what they do. Mortros, you have steps next to the group that's auctioning off this horse.
Hmm.
And how do you approach the situation? What do you want to do here?
I saunter over and kind of mingle in them, and then suddenly goes, "Well, he's quite a lovely specimen, isn't he? I've been looking to travel over the roads myself. I don't think I could afford a horse like this. Do you know any place to get safer passage to the north? I heard the name of someone by the name of Archran, but I haven't been able to get much details yet."
Okay, make your persuasion check. Nice. Both of these people next to you, they kind of turn a little bit conversational tones. You know, they're paying attention to the horse auction as it goes on, but they're
Mhm.
amenable to you. They turn to kind of include you in their deliberations. They say, "Yeah, it is a good specimen. Artran you're looking for. Yeah, we know Artran. Good luck finding him. However, let's see. She says, good luck finding him. And then he says, well, you know, there's a caravan forming later on today that's heading out. You know Artran will be a part of it." And he says to you, stick around a while here, right here at the crossroads. You'll find him. He'll show up.
Oh, and how will I recognize him?
He says, well, he'll be covered in leaves for one thing. Kind of like her. And he points at Leah as she walks by.
I look over and look Leah up and down.
Where are you, Leah? Oh, there you are. On the platform. Didn't even see you. So yeah, he points at her and he says, yeah, covered in leaves. Huh. Artran might have a girl. He kind of nudges the other lady and she says, yeah, right. He wouldn't know one if she bit her in the butt.
Besides, full elves, always way too stuck up. In any case, thank you for helping me with directions. Ooh, and try and get a good bargain here.
They smile and nod, turn back to the auction.
I turn and then find a place to, well, somewhat rest and have an overlook of the area, but
There are plenty of shade trees around to lean against.
Hmm.
Yeah, you've got time.
I think that's fair enough to just lean against this tree for now. I'm not sure when this caravan will arrive, but I'm
No
looking.
sooner than that said, the first of the wagons, kind of, you see a clip-clop, arrives just in the center of town to the south there, and stops about there, and these two guys get off and they start making sure that everything is tied down properly.
Interesting.
And at that time, Leah, what are you doing while all that goes on?
Of course, I heard what that person had said about high elves, full blood. Jealous. I got the information I needed, so I'm gonna saunter past and go climb up in this tree and take a nap and wait.
I mumble in their mouth, show off.
Gracefully swoosh my hair behind me and harumph.
Let's have that athletics check for climbing.
Sweet.
Not a high DC, but you know we have to check.
Dex.
Strength.
Strength.
Athletics is always strength.
I shall be laying on the grass.
Oh, it's okay. I told you it wasn't high AC or high DC.
Sweet.
Yeah, you leap up and hook a leg and get up in the tree, and it's maybe not as graceful as you would have wanted. Like you didn't just leap into the
No.
tree, but you live in the trees. It's normal. Climb up in there.
I'm just
no
gonna
problem.
hang out and keep my eye half opened, watching for this caravan, and the other eye half open, watching her.
She does stand out in a crowd.
Mhm.
All right, yeah, and like I said, it's a double horse-drawn carriage right here. The wagon pulls up, stops right in the center, and these two guys get out, and they're just conversational tones. You can't hear what they're saying for the distance, conversational tones, just making sure that their ropes are secure and cargo's in place, and checking the tack and harness on the horses. You would guess the first wagon of many, probably.
Can I do a perception check to see?
Yeah. What are you looking
I'm looking to see if I could tell what kind of cargo they got under there. Oh, what's that?
Sorry, I was looking at the picture that Ebenezer threw up there. Trying to see the cargo. The cargo of that one is crates full of chickens. Like I said earlier, these chickens are bound for a longer route. So a lot of clucking, feathers, and bird shit.
Lovely.
What's your plan?
I guess I will try to stop somebody and ask for directions,
Okay.
and hope it goes better.
Make your charisma. It can be persuasion or intimidate.
And I will explain to them that I'm new in town and supposed to be meeting somebody.
All right. Give me 1 second. I'll catch up with you. This will be fun.
I don't think he's going to catch up with the elf.
This is the guy that you meet. And when you ask him where the stone stallion is and clarify your intentions are to meet somebody there, he claps you on the back pretty hard. He says, "Yeah, I meet people there all the time, Grandpa." And he puts an arm around your shoulders and kind of like so. Whoops, that didn't work. It's like so. And let me zoom out here so he can give you some accurate directions. He says, what you're gonna do, Grandpa, here is head north on the road that you're on, hang a left here, go past the corral there where all the horses are, and all the way down, it's gonna be your second door on the left. Just walk right in. Walk-ins welcome. You know as well as I do, right? He gives you a nudge and then continues on his way.
I thank him and start shuffling on.
All right. All right. Yeah, you'll find it. We'll catch up with you there on that one, Kellen.
As he shuffles
You've got
on,
directions.
a mage hand pets the kitty.
Kitty stops for a moment, purrs, sticks its tail in the air, and what is the word? Leans into the pet.
I'll say good day to the two guys with the wagon and the man as I pass, and I'll head over towards the stag. The staghorn flagon. That's where I'm going.
Okay. I will quick route you there, since you figured out where it was last time. So you see where I'm moving you?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. As long as you're keeping up. There's the door. And let me get a camera on you. And so yeah, there's a sign over the door. It's obvious you are in the right place. Shove that door open. And then you go.
Alright, great. So I'll go in.
You find a tavern area. Several commoners at tables being fed breakfast, a late breakfast or an early lunch. Mostly commoners. One does stand out as a half-orc there, the one closest to you. But the people at the table with her don't seem to mind. Their conversational tones and... Go ahead.
I'll nod to everyone at the table as I pass. Good day, good day. I'll approach the barmaid and say, "Pardon me, miss. I'm looking for a woman named Zita."
As you walk up, she was kind of chatting with this woman, or chatting with each other, and she goes, "Oh, yeah, you walked right past her." And she points over, and she says, "Zita, this guy here's looking for you." And the half-orc woman that you passed looks up and locks eyes with you.
And I'll smile. "Thank you. I'll approach and say, I can wait till you finish your meal, but I need to speak with you, miss.
She says, she gives this guy a kick under the table, and she says, Bradwick, you know you're late for work. Get to it. And she kicks the leg of his chair, and he grunts and gets up and heads off for work. And she says, sit down, have some breakfast.
Well, thank you. Alright, so I'll sit down and I will discuss with her why I was told to meet her.
Okay, yeah. She is, of course, on board. She says, let me review my notes here.
Introduce myself, of course.
Of course,
Maple
yeah. She wears, it's kind of weird because she is a half-orc, but she does wear fine clothing. She says, well, I tell you what, I was just headed for Red Larch. You might as well just come with me. I'll show you what I know, and there'll be plenty of trouble for us to get into there, I'm sure.
Very good.
Do a sizing up look, and she says, yeah, I think you'll do just fine.
I'll grin winningly at her. If Mr. wills it, it will be.
So be it. And yeah, that's easy. Calmo.
Alright. So did I hear any of that exchange between the guy and the old man?
Yes, you were
Okay.
there at the square, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find you. Where
I was
I'm gonna zoom
just
in.
ahead of them. They were like down here.
There you are.
You have
Zoomed in
me
close.
looking right at you.
Yep, I see it. Yep. Yeah, you heard that whole thing there. Yeah.
Okay. Well then, I will follow that guy's instructions then. Just walk that way.
All right. Cool. So here's what we'll do, because I kind of did this with Ebenezer. I've got, yep, keep on heading down that way. Ah, awesome, fantastic. Stop right there. Now you know Calmo, because you were paying attention. Second door on the left. Oh, sorry. Well, if the directions were bad, you know it's the next one. That's just a stable there. You see the doddering old man has made a wrong turn. Do you just let him go along on his way and continue on your path?
I'm just gonna give a little cough towards him. And nod my head at him and continue to move this way.
Alright. What do you do with that, Ebenezer?
I will cautiously follow him.
Alright. Calmol, you notice that, yeah, he's diverted course and comes doddering around the corner. Yep, that is the door. There is a sign over the door. It's kind of etched into the woodwork, kind of trying to be low-key. Not an ostentatious sign of the Stone Stallion. Push the door open, and there you go. And, well, the first thing is the smell. It is a narcotic smell, of course. I don't know if you recognize. It's up to you, your characters, if you recognize the smell.
I do not.
All right. There is a hay pallet there on the floor next to you. It reeks of body odor. That guy that you see there, this fella here, as you walk in, is urinating into a bucket. Well, most of it goes in the bucket. Some of it goes in the bucket. As you guys open the door, he kind of half turns and like toddles in place, kind of off balance. His eyes are all bloodshot, and of course misses the bucket entirely for the rest of his urination. His mouth's just kind of hanging open. He doesn't greet you or anything. He's just kind of staring at you. And as you guys come in, go ahead and come in, and you can see around the corner there. You got the description on Zeal. You see him there. You see this fella standing at one end. Sorry, sitting. And his friends. This guy who's giving you he's giving you the stare down as you guys come around the corner. Gives you the stare down and the sniff. He's like, whatever. And then her. And all of them kind of look up warily as you guys come in. And she gets up. You hear her call into the next room, and she says, give me a second. This is where I need you guys to be patient with me. I didn't have my random name generator up. She says, Mene, we've got guests. And she stumbles a little as she gets up, but then smiles and wipes underneath her nose a little, sniffs. Coyly puts tries to put an arm around your shoulders, Kalmol. You're a bit big for her. She says, welcome to the Stone Stallion. And then this girl stumbling out from the back, looking bleary-eyed. And she looks at Ebenezer and she says, oh, hi there. And what do you guys do? And Zeal, you're part of this. You see the whole thing.
I'm gonna push her arm off and say, no. Zim. I need to see him.
She sticks her lower lip out and she says, huh, you're no fun.
I'm just gonna push past her.
Alright.
Sit down.
When
Knees.
you say the name,
Obviously,
this guy looks up.
over top of the table. I'm a large man.
Mm-hmm. And when you say table, it is a barrel surrounded by
Right.
three-legged stools.
Okay.
So yeah, your knees would be up to your chin sitting on them.
I'll still sit and look at him.
Yeah. Yep. You've got plenty of narcotics displayed out there on top of that barrel. And Zagim looks up at you kind of bleary-eyed and he says, what do you want?
Tell him to set me free. I'm here for work.
Let's see here. Are you proficient in insight?
I am.
Yep. Zagim's eyes focus for just a moment and lock with yours and then go bleary again. You can tell he is high, yeah. Half of it's an act. And he says, for work, huh? And he seems to kind of look you up and down. He says, yeah. Yeah, you'll do. You'll do just fine. He kind of gestures to the top of the barrel in front of him and quirks his eyebrows at you.
No. I do not partake.
He shrugs. And he says, yeah, sit tight for a little. Later on today, we'll be heading out of town here. Plenty of work to be had to the north. We're heading for Red Larch.
Good.
What are you doing, Ebenezer? Both women now have approached you. They seem doubtful that you have any money, but still somewhat optimistic.
I tell them I'm here to see Zagim, but they're more than welcome to sit with me.
Nice. Alright, do you sit on the stool then, Ebenezer?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and sit. They can pet my kitty.
Nice. They both do. Give me a second here. Are you proficient in perception?
Perception? Hey, let me check.
Nope. I can tell by your passive that you're not. Alright. Both of them pet the kitty cat. Oh, let's see. Let me put your kitty to the front. Sorry, I didn't realize that it was behind. There you go. Should work now. This one, petting the kitty, you catch her with a hand in your pocket. And not in any kind of good way. She's fishing. And
I swat her hand and tell her she's not going to find much in there.
yep. Nice. They both pout and sigh, and one of them nods to the other, and they retire to a room to the south. Like I said, this is early morning for them, so they're just like half awake, stumbling around. All the while, this guy here is giving you guys all a pretty hard look. Doesn't like that you've come in. What do you say when you sit down, Ebenezer?
Comment about it, how it's nice to rest my weary legs, and ask which one of them is Zagim? Yeah, Zagim.
Zagim looks
And
you
let
up
him-
and down, and he says, "What are you doing here, old man?"
I was sent from an associate of yours from Waterdeep.
An associate, huh?
Yes.
Out of character, was there a name to that associate?
Yes, I'm trying to find it right now.
Okay. Because I know somebody gave me a name. If you gave me a name, then you would drop the name now. Okay, so back in character.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were the one who did give me a name. Okay.
Lilies. I can't pronounce it,
So
but I
do you-
got it.
So you drop that name there in front of Zeal and Kamul and this guy?
Yep.
Alright. Zagim rolls his eyes and he says, "Great, more baggage. Man, middle management sucks ass, let me tell you. Now I have to take this doddering old bastard with me." This stage just keeps getting you, Kamul. And he says, "Old man here is your charge. You got that?"
I'll just nod back at him.
Alright. He sighs and he kind of covers his eyes with his hand. He says, "I'm not going to be babysitting more than 3. We're going to call it there." He does his last line of cocaine, or whatever the equivalent in Forgotten Realms is, and gets up. He throws several coins out on the top of the barrel, and this guy looks considerably less annoyed. And says, "Alright, come on, entourage. We better get started or the caravan will leave without us." So I'm just to make it quick, I'm going to grab all 3 or 4 of you, 5 of you, and I'm going to move you and then ping you.
You.
If I can grab you all. There we go. Okay, so you're basically here. Ping, there you go. So you guys are kind of just hanging back. Actually, let me move you a little bit. Kind of like back here. So that's where hold on a second. Excuse me. Zagim kind of gets to the corner there, and he leans against the edge of the horse corral. And he just kind of studies the horses and says, "We wait here until the caravan's ready." And so, Zeal, is there anything you wanted to... I know you were quiet through that whole exchange.
Oh.
Anything you wanted to add or do?
Oh, I thought I was supposed to wait my turn. Anyways,
Sorry.
in
Yeah,
that
no, you're
whole
part of it.
instance, I was leaning back on my chair, trying to wait out all these crackheads, just taking shots of cocaine. And I was leaning back, and once I saw the giant boulder that walked in along with Grandpa, I just started laughing. Who knew that the 2 girls would either try to go after something that I'm pretty sure they couldn't take, or go after the guy who brought his own pussy, but who knew? And so,
Awesome.
I was pretty happy, because the old guy brought along a cute cat, and I thought that would be the perfect entertainment along the ride. And yeah, I just smiled, like always. That's it.
Nice. Grinning guy, the guy that never smiles, and the perverted old man. That's a good team. That's what Zagim is thinking if there's a thought bubble. He sighs and squints. The sun is way too bright. Alright. Pretty good exchange on that end. Let's get over to this side. I've seen you guys have been in our... there's been some exchanges from across the road through the trees. What are you doing, Mortros?
Before I'm going to approach the caravan, I'm going to make a minor illusion over by the tree here, like branches crackling and something falling, and then I move over to the caravan.
Nice. Do you have a click? Yeah, you do. Click that. It is...
Yep.
I just had to see what kind of check is required.
Minor
It's...
illusion.
I know there's an intelligence and investigation, but that's not what... It'd probably be perception. Let's see what Leah's passive perception is. Leah, you're alert enough. It would seem like maybe something big cracked a branch. You look, nothing's there. Another check on your behalf. Yeah. You could tell, I made some checks on your behalf, and you could tell by the motions that Martrose made that was a spell. So what I threw was a perception and an arcana check for you.
But by the time you realize it, I'm already by the caravan.
Okay. Yep. And Leah, what are you doing from there? Or what do you do with that?
Do I notice if the spell was on me or by just her doing a spell?
In your vicinity.
Your vicinity. It was a noise. It was the illusion.
Basic distraction. I'd like to do a perception check to see if I see Artran coming.
Sure. About that time, the second wagon arrives. This guy hops out and starts the same process. These two guys, actually. Checking their rigging, sack and harness. This is a single drawn horse cart. This one has crates, just some crates in the back. Hard to tell what's in them. Dry goods of some kind. And at about that time, yeah, he's hard to miss. Artran approaches from the south because kind of this motion coming up from the south road. Here is Artran, like the guy said, he's hard to miss.
Nice.
Wearing a ghillie suit.
Then I'd like to start approaching towards Artran.
Doesn't that also mean he's easy to miss in certain?
Yeah, I was gonna say same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy to miss in the forest. Here in town, it kind of stands out. And being human, nope, sorry, my mistake. He's elf. I can see that here. He is elf. So he does not smell. He smells of a meadow full of flowers.
Sweet.
Even though he has a little bit of bird shit in his hair.
I holler out at him, Artran.
He looks your way. You lock eyes with him. He locks eyes with you for only a moment, scans the caravan, and then turns to see Martrose approaching from the other side. He seems a bit guarded.
I just
Says,
smile with my hands in my hips, and then look at her excellent conversational skills. Let's see how this goes.
So I explained to Artran that I'm from the high forest, and he is to be my mentor, my guide, and I give him a little bow of respect and ask him if I can join him on his journey.
new recruits from the high forest. Very good. He gives you a nod. He says, we'll be departing within the hour. Make yourself ready.
I'm ready as now.
He says it's a 3-day journey.
I'm prepared.
All right. Anything you want to do from there, Martrose?
I walk over as well, hearing the word recruit, and then like everything just suddenly dawns on me. I'm in the same batch as well, I'm afraid.
I don't think the same batch.
I
You know,
like the way you think.
classy.
Let's not make this into a drama now. Anyhow, I was told to seek you out as well, Artran.
He gives you a look up and down, and he says, let's see some dice. Roll your persuasion. That's not what he says. That's what I say.
Okay.
Because you're... I gotta check. What is your race? Are you half-elf?
Yep.
Oh, yep. So you're half-elf, so that matters.
Half-elves
Let's see a
everywhere.
persuasion check.
Not here.
So he takes kind of a flank position next to Leah, both of them facing you, and he said, "Told you to seek me out." Exactly.
Do I know?
For you, it would have been word on the street. And you know why, but you haven't mentioned yet.
Simply rumors and hearsay. I'm looking to travel north, and I heard you were the reliable sort.
So you seek safe passage. You're not a recruit at all.
I don't know. For a moment, I thought I was, because you didn't tell me who sent me.
It was word on the street that I'm working off of from your backstory.
If it was word on the street, I wouldn't have said who.
I thought you were just trying to piggyback off of Leah.
Oh no.
Okay. He says, yes, I do offer safe passage. It costs you 5 gold, unless you're part of the caravan.
And what if I provide some help here and there? Can we maybe lower the price? Maybe 1 gold?
What sort of help can you provide?
Well, I'm sure we'll encounter the occasional thing on the road, and let's just say my arcane knowledge might come in handy.
Okay. Make another persuasion check on that. Nice. He gives you a nod. He says, Tell you what, we will negotiate the fee at the other end of the journey. Be ready to move out within the hour, and he basically is done with you and Leah both.
That sounds fair.
He goes to, he moves along, basically doing his own inspection of the tack and harness.
Before he leaves, I ask him where he wants us to meet him. Where shall I meet you?
He glances back at you and he says, well, stay put, and we leave within
All
the
right.
hour.
Then I shall jump into the tree and hang out.
He mutters something about you hear elf and impatient for an elf is what you hear. Doing his own inspection of the horses, tack and harness, the cargo. He's also sizing up the people that are involved. And so the only person not present and ready is Kellen. Who's about to be Kellen. Which we pretty much resolved.
Yep.
Zeta's headed for Red Larch. And yeah, well, Zeta knows how things like this work. She sits and she enjoys her breakfast. She takes her time. She has an extra helping of eggs and another half cup of milk before she gets ready to leave.
Okay.
She says, "You never know when you're going to have another good meal, Kellen.
Oh,
Take notes."
my parents warn me to take a nap when you can and eat good when you can, because you never know when the next one's going to come.
Yep, she smiles and nods. And she waves to the waitress, who brings you more eggs and milk as well. And you guys finish your breakfast just about the exact same time that the caravan's about ready to go. Zeta has it down to timed to a science. So I'm going to move you. Just about the same time the rest of the caravan arrives. Let me make them visible. There we go. And they all leap off, checking harnesses and straps. There are 4 wagons, a total of 2, 4, 6, 7 horses. A lot of cargo being moved. Let me put this one, here we go. Got this guy on the deck. This guy, there are a few combatants here in the caravan guards. This guy sits on the back deck with a light crossbow. So he's facing rearward. You can see him there on that one wagon, second to the last. You got this guy. He's got a bow and a scimitar. Some tattoos. Looks like he's seen some trouble in his life. This guy's armed, leather armored, that sort of thing. This guy wobbles a little in his seat, but does have a sword and a short bow. And he does have, he's got a flask that he's looking. Same with this guy. He's not even hiding it. He's got a bottle, and he came stumbling out of one of the back rooms of the Stone Stallion, and he is still drinking from the bottle. Looks like he hasn't even slept. So that's the caravan guard. You also have this guy here, who part-times as a beggar apparently. There you guys go. All right. Now that we got this show on the road.
He's an
Literally.
assassin, and that's a cup of wine he's gonna throw into the guard's eyes.
Kellen sees dastardly figures in every corner. And now, if you guys don't mind, go ahead and arrange yourselves wherever you would like to be in the caravan. Let me put the people where they are stationed, as these guys take their places on the buckboards. You got the two that kind of flank out to the side. Everyone else is riding. Yeah, you guys just arrange yourselves. R10 is out front. He is the scout and leader. Got Zeta, who is kind of fronting off to one side. And there he is. Zagim, Zeal, you can get down there, and Ebenezer. Wherever you want to be. Zagim's actually going to... Yep, nice. Zagim brings up the rear, right behind the last wagon. Leah, are you trying to climb up onto that wagon? Okay. Yeah, that one's got a solid top. That's probably good.
Actually,
Better option.
way up here.
Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a real quick AFK. I need some ice.
Alright.
About 90 seconds, and then I will move us to the next scene once you guys are all set. Be right back.
I think this is going to be an interesting party.
What are you laughing at?
So, can we go over the names a moment? Because it's gonna take a while to get used to those. So, he's there. And we got Seal, obviously.
That's
I
right.
should write down more. I'm gonna start with the guy. Alan is plate guy. Well, scale guy.
Yeah, most likely
Sell
my
it
parents
your
is
friend.
just gonna give nicknames to everyone.
I've got Zeal and Ebenezer, and that's all I need to know at this point. So good
I
to
don't even
go.
think I caught your names, honestly. The I mean, I don't think it was said.
No, not yet.
No, your name wasn't said. Ebenezer's name wasn't said. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
actually
hooked you guys
don't
up.
know either of your names. You're just like
Yeah.
redhead.
Hey, I hooked you up. I wrote everything down.
That's all metagame there. So here, I'm gonna help you guys out. Kind of back. I'm not quite ready. Like I said, this one was. This was the part where I had halfway set up an adventure, not all the way. I'm gonna move you guys to the next scene, and what it is, or what I hope happens here, is travel time. You guys have time to chit chat, get to know each other, and learn each other's names while I finish. I'm gonna mute myself.
Oh wait, I'm in a car
and
by
finish
myself.
setting up the scene.
You are in a car by
You guys,
yourself.
you guys have time and space, and
I mean, I can
you
keep
got
sending illusions over and talk that way.
and you guys can go ahead. I'll keep setting things up while you chit chat.
All right, I'll assume we're stopped, so I'm gonna just move over to different carts. Say what's up.
It's
to
all in
everyone.
motion. Sorry,
Oh.
the horses are moving, but they move at a slow pace.
Never
They're not
mind, I
like-
don't want to fall out.
They're not like rampaging down the street. You could hop out easily and move from one cart to another.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, it's not an issue. Move around, move about the cabin. It's fine.
And could you believe on Jeopardy tonight there were 3 people who were asked, "What's a common name for a pet?" If you have a gremlin, you shouldn't feed it after midnight, and nobody got Gizmo for $1,000.
That's sad.
That's sad. That's what I was thinking. I'm yelling at the TV, "Gizmo, you idiots!"
Well, when you spend all your time in textbooks and studying and all that stuff, you miss pop culture references.
Yeah.
Even the guy who's watched all but 11 of the top 100 movies of all time didn't get it. I mean, come on, Gremlins has got to be on that list, right?
Ah!
It depends. Maybe.
No! 'Cause,
All right.
you
Alright, so Eddie, that's who was Zeal. I wasn't putting that name
Yeah.
together. Okay, so
Can I
Dave,
help you
I
guys
have
out?
to ask, where did you come up with Ebenezer, dude? I mean, really?
I was looking through lists of old man names.
I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna name my character differently, but I remember the last time that went through, and it was sort of hard to pronounce for everyone, so I was like, okay, something easier. Sim-
What was your last character's name? I can't remember.
I assume
Oh,
we're at
Bao.
least somewhat
Like
Val,
the-
that's
hearing-
right. I kept calling him Ball.
yeah.
I assume we're at least somewhat hearing the other conversation.
Yeah, you guys can hear each other and stuff. The other guys are having their own conversations. They're chit-chatting. It's not like everybody's just silently plodding along.
Hmm.
You guys got time. We'll play it out. I'm still working on it, the scene here.
So, Red Larch is our destination. I've never been there. I've heard about it, though. Have any of you heard of Red Larch? Talkative group we have here, eh?
Who are you?
Oh.
If you're more comfortable typing it
I
out,
have
that's
no
fine.
idea who's talking.
Red Large? Red Lich? What? I have no idea where we're headed, but I'm just here. Here for the ride. And for the cat.
So that was Zeal talking.
Yep.
Okay. Getting
Okay.
associating voices with names. Got it.
Okay, so, Kellen, before you comes like this mage hand, and at the same time it begins to talk, and like the hand motion is in a talking motion as I go. Oh, no, never heard of it. I just need to head north. What about yourself?
I see Mistra has taught you a few tricks, eh?
You could say that.
Hmm.
Though Mister doesn't teach, really.
She teaches if you listen.
Then you clearly don't know too much about the weave.
I'm sorry, excuse me? I've
what I mean?
studied the weave all my life. I've been an acolyte of Mistra since I was 12.
Then perhaps you also know that not everything is gained by study.
This is very true. Some are just more blessed than others. Mistra has a personal effect on some people's lives.
The talking hand nods.
Really, miss, do you often show off this way?
Gotta have some fun on the road, no?
Perhaps you should keep an eye out for bandits rather than trying to amuse yourself.
Well, perhaps
We are
you
with a
should
rather
keep an eye out for
large-
bandits instead of making small talk, but I'm not making comments.
Well then, and I'll turn my back to your hand.
Typical, and the hand disappears.
Zeal spots the rather clad clothing woman and thinks to himself, God damn, they don't make them there and back home. And just still hangs out by the cat.
Is Ben back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening a little. I'm almost ready. I'm just getting the scene set up for you guys. That's where I said
I just sent
working
a
on it.
whisper to you, so.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, there's Mortros.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll set that up for you real quick.
Okay.
The hand appears before Leah and begins talking. You know, I really think we got off on the wrong foot, don't you agree?
As a brief
She
aside,
shrugged.
it's pretty hard to like pay attention to the chat and talk. It's
It's hard to say people at the same time, though.
She shrugs and the hand disappears again.
We're also like 30 feet away.
that's true.
It's like the other limit of it.
Oh.
It's more like talking to you and not really expecting an answer.
So I'm gonna try and talk to this person here. Oh,
Oh wait, the boulder.
Sorry, Dana, it should be fixed now.
It is. I've already used it. Oh, there's somebody behind me.
It takes me a moment to get it all tied. Yeah, you got a bunch of people behind you. Okay, I am set on my end.
I was set perfectly to where Kelmut did not exist.
Yeah, that'll happen. Probably just as well. He's what is it, Stony?
He's always hard.
Punt. Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's fun. Good role playing. I had fun with that. I enjoyed listening to you guys. And yeah, I know it's tricky going from text to chat.
Yeah.
But thanks for bearing with me on that one. I'm all set.
Guess I need to log in at work.
Bearing the turn order. Nah, work schmirk. Tell him to turn it off, turn it on again. It'll be fine.
What's the weather?
The worst part is I have to wear 2 headsets.
Oh wow. You must have an oddly shaped head.
I would send you a picture, but
That's alright.
I hear I'll activate my camera on Skype. It's kind of scary.
Okay, so looks like Leah. Yeah, I'll accept.
Leah's just having the worst social experience ever.
Being surrounded. So Leah and Ebenezer, somehow you've managed to scramble up onto the top of that wagon as well. Is that where you're at?
yes.
Where else am I supposed to sleep this trip away?
Fantastic. And Montrose, are you and Zeal on top of the... That's a soft top canopy there, full... Well, it's full of crates. How are you guys riding on that one?
Probably sitting on the edge away from the goods. And
Okay.
each on one side, I would
Oh.
guess.
Now, knowing
okay.
Zeal, he'd probably be on top of everything.
Alright, the drover there, this fella, he shouts at you, "Hey, you're gonna break the goods! Get off!"
Zeal's like,
Good
I
question.
don't thinks to himself, I don't really like his tone, and sort of steals his hat and waddles down the pile.
Make your sleight of hand check. Let's see if you can snatch the hat off. It's a badass hat,
Is
I
that
don't
Dex?
blame you. You guys got a good look at that hat, right? It's pretty awesome. It's tricorn. Who wouldn't want one? Well, it's actually more of a quad corn, I guess. But hey,
Hey, it's pretty sweet.
I'm not a style snob.
I don't think it'll fit on my head
So
though.
so Zeal slides off of there and goes to snatch the hat and completely misses. The guy ducks his head forward and says, "Hey, watch it!" And he points at you, and then he does a index and middle finger, points at his eyes, and then points him at you, and then points at his eyes, and then points him at you, and then turns away.
I just slowly
The
clap
I'll
with
just
an
be like,
amused smirk.
What's that supposed to mean? And just get back to the back of the cart and hang out.
So you're jumping onto the backboard back there. Make a stealth. Let's see if you can hop up there without him noticing, because you've made an enemy today.
Oh, me? Dex again?
Yeah, Dex again for
Oh,
stealth.
God.
You go to hop up, miss completely because the cart is moving, and land flat on your butt, and two horses, of course, are clopping towards you. It's not that they're fast enough anything bad's going to happen, but Mortrose saw the whole thing. So there's, and everybody on the next wagon, which would be the driver, Ebenezer, Leah, and Calmel all saw that happen.
Zeal just starts smiling again and laughs and says, I guess it's not my day.
I guess not. Though since you asked, the name's Mortros.
Oh, cool. My name's Zeal. And I try to reach out my hand to shake, but not sure.
Something short and strong. Somehow I expected that. And she goes to shake your hand.
And then Zeal takes that as a good sign and smiles super brightly, and then sort of just laughs and goes on whistling.
Cool.
Hey Tim, this is Sean from Siemens. Hey, could you check a part and see if you show it in stock that's available to ship?
Wrong one not muted there, Sean.
Yeah, now I am.
That's alright. He's working from home. Poor working stiff. I was glad to have a Friday off. This does not happen often for me. So here's what happens. I'm going to keep on moving. You guys head down the path. If you look around, of course, it's light forest as you guys are moving. Artran seems, if anybody were even able to see him, which nobody is, he seems annoyed. He casts a lot of dark looks back at all the chatter and going on in the caravan while he scans the horizon for trouble. He's scans forward. Zeta is kind of at a flanking position looking south. She is guarded and has a heavy crossbow loaded and readied, and she also has a great axe loosely tied on her back, ready at hand. Looks like Kellen is staying close there next to Zeta. The rest of you are having a good time. Alright, let's move things forward.
What's the weather like?
Ah, yeah. Somebody asked, and I clicked it.
I was just about to ask, like, time of day.
You guys aren't going to believe this. There is a tornado.
What?
I clicked it,
That sounds
and
beautiful.
it happened.
Well,
So it's not. I'm not saying there is a tornado. Okay, so here's what happens. And you'll find out. I roll weather random,
when the DM rules.
and yeah, and it does happen, and it tells the story. I leave it random, and let the dice decide. So you guys can see that clouds have been gathering all morning. It's been a pretty dark day so far, and things have gone very still, and the sky is turning kind of an and the forest goes quiet.
So it's turning darker.
It's looking bad. At the same time that all that happens, you guys come across a little stream there. And let me get you guys set up. Let me get you positioned, and then I'll do some more description. Give me a second. Not that much done. You're just gonna move down the path. Keep moving down the path.
You dropped this in the
And
water.
Give me a minute here. I'll get you guys situated. Patient with me. These guys would fall back a little. do one of these numbers here. There we go. All right. It's right about here. Just as you guys come across the bridge, Artran, of course, is scanning the sky, and he's got a dark look on his face. He seems very unhappy. Zita seems a little bit tense, and even Zagim has noticed that the weather has taken a turn. Seems a little nervous. And suddenly, well, not so suddenly, as you guys come across the bridge, you see, and some guardians on the far side. Taken up position, and Artran calls a halt to the caravan just in front of them. Give me 1 second here.
I hop off and slowly begin to inch forward to see what's going on.
Okay. There are 2 men wearing plate armor, and great swords are strapped to their backs, and they are on heavy charger horses. 3 men here. I'll zoom them in. You got this guy here. And you got this guy here. And the 3 in the middle there, they hold their hands up to halt the caravan. You got this fella. And this fella. And this fella. All armed as you see. Swords, spears, bows. Crossbows, rather. And the front man holds a hand up, a mailed hand, and approaches and says, "Halt!" You guys can make, well, you can make religion checks, but you're about to find out what the religious symbology is. Because he calls out, "By the order of the Gauntlet and His Holiness, call a halt to your caravan. We search for an apostate wizard, a murderer, and we would check your wagons." And Artran says, "I'm not sure we can afford the delay, sir. Have you seen the weather?" He looks up, kind of shrugs, and he says, "Weather will do what it does. Even so, we have to check your goods." And Artran says, "You'll find no evil mages among us. Do as you will." And he steps aside.
I'm slowly inching backwards. A look of worry
Yeah.
on my face.
Yeah, pretty well everybody can see, well, yeah, Zeal and Mortros both seem to be kind of doing a shuffle back along the caravan line as these guards approach. They come up to here. The lead guard maintains a spot there, blocking the 2 front horses, and these 2 men come into the through the caravan, taking up positions to the north and the south, and lifting the sides of the canvas coverings and checking the goods inside.
As I see they're checking the goods, I want to try and, well, pretend I'm relaxing behind the bushes here, but in truth, trying to stay out of their line of sight.
Sure. Go ahead and move there and roll a stealth check. All right. I know Kellen's got a call there. He probably will type if he has something he needs to add. Zita frowns at the delay but steps back, allowing them to do what they need to do. They check the first wagon. It's clucking, full of chickens. They see nothing wrong there. They check underneath the cart.
Guys, can you
Move on
understand
to
me?
the next cart. Yes, I hear
I
you
had
now.
to change headsets because I couldn't hear my work on call on the other headset, so sorry.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we heard you had some technical difficulties there. Did you catch everything that happened so far?
Most of it, yeah. We got being checked by followers of Torm, it sounded like.
That's right. Balls are torn. And let me do some checks here on their behalf.
I would step out clearly from behind the wagon.
Yep. You got no problems there?
Okay, let's see here.